Okay, haven't been here in a while. Okay, so as you could tell, I haven't made a video in a little while. Might have been, what, 6 months, 8 months? Screenshot here, when last I made a video. Yeah, and now sitting down, talking to a camera, it even feels a bit strange. Wanted to sit down, talk a bit about what I've been up to, me moving to London, some recent reflections I had, which I think could be really useful. Yeah, also YouTube sent me an email saying, yeah mate, if you don't make a video in the next 30 days, we're going to take monetization off you. And yeah, I'm actually this close to getting my first YouTube paycheck of like $60 or 60 quid or whatever. So we don't want to lose that. First thing, let's talk about what I've actually been up to in the past, 6-7 months since my last played. Okay, so the main thing for me was moving from Milton Keynes to London around like September, October time. Yeah, so I moved to like West London. I wouldn't say we're getting like some sort of digital privacy, even though I make YouTube videos, so who fucking cares? I clearly don't care about my digital privacy. Yeah, so I moved to West London, like one of my closest friends, he recently got a flat and he was like, look Jarek, we've got the second room available, like, do you wanna? I'm like, say no more brother, let's make it happen. And yeah, since moving to London, I had such a good time. It's been incredible, and I'm just so grateful that all of this worked out. It's been amazing, from daily walks in the park, which I live like 5 minutes from, to playing tennis with my mates on a random weekday after work, to 6 a.m. gym sessions with my housemate. Yeah, I'm still wouldn't classify myself as a morning person, but I'm slowly working towards that. To meeting some incredible people, to going for like runs along the Thames, and then to line biking in the middle of the night in London back home. Also, two of my very close friends who I grew up with in Lincolnshire, literally a couple of my, I wouldn't say very first friends in UK, but like kind of like pushing towards it. We met in secondary school, and all of us are now living in London. And then so I've been meeting them a lot more, and I've been doing like random stuff. I want to just kind of appreciate and enjoy this phase of life where all of us can just see each other a lot more. And I guess this is a weird love letter to London. Like, I haven't lived here for long enough for me to hate it yet. So give me like 3 years, my opinion of the city might change completely. But at the moment, I'm loving it. Some people say that cities like London, it's very difficult to make new friends. It's very easy to feel very isolated and alone sometimes. Of course, like, my opinion is a bit biased, but for me, that's been complete opposite. Obviously, I have already had a connection of people like in London, so that was easy. But at the same time, in the past like year or 6 months since moving here, I've met a lot of new people, I've grown relationships, and yeah, I've been like just really enjoying it. So if you find yourself living in London or like a big city, so yeah, let me know what your opinion is and what you think of it. Okay, so now let's move on to some things I've been thinking about, I guess reflecting more, just to make this video a bit more reflection-y, self-development-y, as like a personal kind of like diary entry in, I guess, some sort of way. Okay, first thing is approaching things from the mindset of, or the frame of, what would it look like if it was easy? This is something I probably took from Tim Ferriss, or somebody like that. I'll have to have a look. But it's something came to my mind quite recently. So background is, a couple of days ago, I was at my friend's stag do. Yeah, we had a really good time. And obviously, I woke up feeling very dehydrated and very underslept. So, but I really wanted to go for that run. I've approached it as, oh, this is shit, why am I even going for a run? I don't feel good and stuff like that. But instead, I was like, you know what, let me do this like little mental exercise. Like, what would this run look like if it was really easy? You know, so I was just listening to some good music, and then just, I wasn't trying to set a PB. It was like, what was it, like a 7-kilometer run? So yeah, nothing crazy, but it's longer than what I normally do. Like, normally to go for like 4 or 5 kilometers. Yeah, and yeah, so I was like, I told myself, okay, let me approach this run of it being easy. It's like, obviously it's not, but let's say in the hypothetical world, this run was incredibly easy. How would I feel? How would I react? How would I go through it? How would I navigate through it? So of course, listening to my favorite music, just kind of like a smile on my face, knowing that I'm going for a run, just by the Thames, and my shoulders down, feeling relaxed, like face relaxed, and then enjoying the afternoon sun. And this week, I want to build on that. So how would I be doing work which I don't want to do, from the mindset of like, what would it look like if it was easy, to even like making this video, because I didn't particularly want to do it, but obviously I got a deadline of monetization and stuff, and yeah, I was like, I didn't particularly want to script it. I didn't even know what it was going to be about. So I was like, you know what, let me just set a time for 20 minutes. Let me put some like classical music on. I'm pretty sure I put like the Harry Potter soundtrack on. Let me just kind of like brain dump some things that I can talk about. So, and this is, yeah, how this video was created basically. And yeah, of course I'm feeling very rusty, not speaking to a camera, but like now the more I do it, the more natural it feels and the more easy it does become. Okay, the second thing is the power of words, and how the language which we put out in the world directly correlates to the thoughts we have. Okay, cool. Let me provide you with some context. Around 1.5 months ago, maybe 2 at this point, I went to this Dr. Joe Dispenza event. If you know who he is, cool, but if you don't, this is kind of like personal improvement seminar, I guess. Yeah, it's to do with like meditation, like spirituality, that kind of stuff. On the day of me going to the event, literally when I woke up at 5 a.m, I'll go downstairs and see that my car has been hit. Somebody hit my car and it's more or less written off. And we didn't even know, we didn't really leave anything, they just drove off. Yeah, of course, the reaction I could have had is like, oh, why does this always happen to me? I hate this. I'm so unlucky. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. This is such a piss take, etc. Right? But in the moment when I saw it happen and kind of like slowly processed what literally just happened, I was like, huh, okay, this is slightly inconvenient. And I found the comedic timing also quite good. So I haven't been out in the country maybe like 6-7 months, since around like start of September, and this happens of the first time I actually go anywhere out of the country, like my car gets hit. And I feel like there's always so many different ways of seeing the same situation, the same challenge, that on one side could be very negative, on the other side could be very positive. And of course, obviously, you've got to acknowledge the reality where somebody hit my car and ran away. Basically, the damage to my car means that it's done, it's finished. And because I couldn't find the number plate of the person who hit my car, I will have to pay the excess, and then afterwards my no claims will go down from 3 years back down to 1. Of course, nothing's black and white, but in every situation there could be things which stem from it which are positive. And there's different reframes. You can look at the situation which can be more positive than you initially think it is. So a couple of months ago, before that happened, I was like, look, you know what would be really cool is that I get a new car. And so here we are 2 months later, I've more or less just manifested myself a new car. It was also my first time, and hopefully my last time, going through like claims through my insurance. Obviously I don't want to get used to it, but at the same time, I guess it's useful to know exactly what a situation like that would look like. And the thing is, like, we could never be certain of the future. So, okay, maybe potentially I could have gone into a worse car crash, or maybe the car crash I would have got myself into, I would have been in the car, but luckily I wasn't. So that's me, knock on wood, that won't happen. The way I choose to look at it is that all of this is for the best. And maybe I had to pay off some sort of karmic debts to the universe, you know? Also, and then taking it a step further, like, who do I think I am to know what's good for me? There's been many times where a bad situation happened, which I thought was initially bad, but led into something beautiful happening. And going further, like the way I want to just navigate through the world is like, you know what, I think the universe got my back. I'm not sure who said that, but I thought it was really good. Okay, cool. So what are the next steps? As I was saying before, right now that I've fully settled into living in London, I want to have a word for the next 6 months until the end of 2025. And the word for me is consistency. There's been so many times when I've done something for a little bit, maybe a couple of days, a couple of months, and then I stop, and then a few months go by and I start the thing again. So instead, I want to have some things which I want to stick to and be consistent. And yeah, I guess talk about it on this channel. But I won't go into depth about all of this now, but I will make more videos about it in the future. And I'm sure all of you probably at this point would have read like Atomic Habits, and then all of you know about these small daily changes which stack up over time, and then to make like significant results or wherever else it is, where 1% change every day for a year is up to you being, I think, 37 times better than when you started. Of course, like all that stuff. And then obviously my marketing agency, there's been, since my last video about it, maybe like literally maybe 8 months ago, maybe longer, I don't actually know, I can't remember, I need to have a look. There's been progress and stuff. So And to be fair, I've had a video more or less recorded and ready to edit and stuff, but yeah, I don't feel that I want to upload that yet. And I will work on all the marketing stuff over the next couple of months, and then I'll have a better put together video for you, for all of us. All right, firstly, if you are up to this point, thank you. Thank you for watching the video. And yeah, if you've got any ideas of the videos you want me to make, let me comment it down in the description. Or to be honest, if you want to comment anything, I think it's good for the algorithm or whatever, yeah, you're more welcome to do that. But anyways, I will see you soon. How soon, I don't know yet, but soon I will see it be less than it was before.